Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Unreal English. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. We're so excited to have you here with us today.
On this channel, we help you learn real, natural English through authentic conversations. If this is your first time watching, welcome. We're so glad you found us.
And if you're a regular viewer, thank you for coming back. Your support means the world to us.
Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss any of our new videos.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up. It's such a simple thing, but it really helps us grow and reach more English learners around the world.
Absolutely. Today, we're going to talk about something that's been absolutely everywhere lately. We're discussing ChatGPT and artificial intelligence.
This is such a hot topic right now. Everyone is talking about AI, whether they're excited about it, worried about it, or just trying to understand what it means for the future.
Exactly. And since AI is changing so many aspects of our lives, it's really important to know how to talk about it in English. So today, we're going to have a natural conversation about our experiences with ChatGPT and AI.
This will be great practice because we'll be using tons of useful vocabulary related to technology, innovation, and the future. So just sit back, relax, and listen to how we discuss this topic naturally.
So, Sarah, I have to ask, have you been using ChatGPT?
I have. I started experimenting with it a few months ago, and honestly, I was completely blown away by what it can do.
Really? What did you use it for?
At first, I was just curious, so I asked it random questions to see how it would respond. But then I started using it for practical things, like helping me brainstorm ideas for work projects.
That's interesting. I've been using it too, but I have mixed feelings about it. Sometimes it's incredibly helpful, and other times I wonder if we're becoming too dependent on it.
I understand that concern. It's a bit scary how quickly AI has become integrated into our daily lives. But let me ask you this. What specifically have you been using ChatGPT for?
Mostly for writing help. If I'm stuck on how to phrase something, or I need to organize my thoughts, I'll ask ChatGPT for suggestions. It's like having a writing assistant available 24/7.
Exactly. That's one of the things I love about it. It's always available, never gets tired, and can help you think through problems from different angles.
That's true, but here's my concern. I worry that by relying on AI too much, I'm not developing my own critical thinking skills. Like, am I actually getting better at writing, or am I just getting better at using AI?
That's a really valid point. I think it depends on how you use it. If you're just copying and pasting everything ChatGPT gives you without thinking about it, then yes, that's a problem. But if you're using it as a tool to enhance your own thinking, then it can be really beneficial.
That makes sense. So it's about using AI as a supplement to your own abilities, not as a replacement for them.
Exactly. I like to think of ChatGPT as a collaborator rather than a replacement. It can give me ideas and perspectives I might not have thought of on my own, but I'm still the one making the final decisions.
I like that way of thinking about it. What else have you been using it for besides work stuff?
Oh, all sorts of things. I've asked it to help me plan meals for the week, suggest gift ideas for friends, explain complicated concepts I don't understand, and even help me learn new things.
Wait, you use it for learning? How does that work?
Well, for example, I've been trying to learn more about economics, which I always found confusing. I can ask ChatGPT to explain economic concepts in simple terms, give me examples, and even quiz me to test my understanding.
Wow, that's actually really cool. So it's like having a personal tutor for any subject you want to learn about.
Exactly. And the best part is that it explains things at whatever level you need. If the explanation is too complex, you can just ask it to explain like you're 5 years old, and it will simplify it.
I never thought about using it that way. I've mostly been using it for practical tasks, not for learning. That opens up a whole new way of thinking about AI.
Definitely. But Alex, you mentioned earlier that you have mixed feelings about ChatGPT. What are your main concerns?
Well, there are several things that worry me. First, I'm concerned about accuracy. ChatGPT can sound very confident even when it's completely wrong. It's called hallucinating when AI makes up information that sounds plausible but isn't true.
Oh, that's a really important point. I've definitely noticed that. Sometimes ChatGPT will give me information that seems right, but is actually incorrect. You always have to fact check anything important.
Exactly. And that's dangerous because people might trust the AI without verifying the information, especially if they don't know much about the topic to begin with.
That's true. I think digital literacy is becoming more important than ever. People need to learn how to critically evaluate information, whether it comes from AI, social media, or traditional sources.
Absolutely. My second concern is about jobs. If AI can write, create art, analyze data, and do all these other tasks, what happens to the people whose jobs involve doing those things?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I've been thinking about this a lot, too. Some people say AI will eliminate jobs, while others argue it will create new opportunities and make humans more productive.
What do you think?
Honestly, I think it's probably both. Some jobs will definitely be affected, but throughout history, new technologies have always changed the job market. When computers were invented, some jobs disappeared, but many new ones were created that we couldn't have imagined before.
That's a good point. I guess the key is adapting and learning new skills. People who can work alongside AI will probably be more valuable than people who refuse to learn about it.
Definitely. That's why I think it's so important for everyone to understand AI and learn how to use these tools effectively. It's not about being replaced by AI, it's about learning to work with AI.
I agree with that philosophy. What about the ethical concerns, though? Like, ChatGPT was trained on massive amounts of text from the internet, including copyrighted material. Is that fair to the original creators?
Oh, that's a huge controversy right now. Writers, artists, and other creators are rightfully concerned that AI companies are profiting from their work without permission or compensation.
Right, and there's also the question of who's responsible when AI makes mistakes or causes harm. If someone follows bad advice from ChatGPT and something goes wrong, who's liable?
These are all questions that society is still figuring out. The technology is advancing so quickly that laws and regulations can't keep up. It's a bit like the Wild West right now.
That's exactly how it feels. Everything is moving so fast. I remember when ChatGPT first came out in late 2022, and it felt revolutionary. Now, just over 2 years later, we have even more advanced versions and countless AI tools for everything imaginable.
The pace of change is absolutely incredible and a bit overwhelming, to be honest. Sometimes I wonder where this is all heading.
Me too. Do you think AI will eventually become smarter than humans?
That's the big question everyone's asking. Some experts think we'll reach artificial general intelligence. That's AI that can match or exceed human intelligence across all domains within the next few decades. Others think we're still very far from that.
It's both exciting and terrifying to think about. Like, imagine an AI that's smarter than any human and can solve problems we can't even comprehend.
I know. It could be amazing, curing diseases, solving climate change, ending poverty, but it could also be dangerous if not developed and controlled properly.
That's why so many tech leaders and scientists are calling for regulations and safety measures. Even the people creating AI are warning about the risks.
Exactly. It's one of those situations where we need to move carefully. We can't stop progress, but we also need to think about the consequences of what we're creating.
Well, on a lighter note, let me ask you this. What's the most interesting or funny thing you've ever asked ChatGPT?
Oh, that's a fun question. Let me think. I once asked it to write a poem about my cat in the style of Shakespeare. The result was absolutely hilarious and surprisingly good.
That's amazing. I love how creative you can get with it. I asked it once to explain quantum physics using only food analogies, and the explanation was actually really helpful and entertaining.
That's brilliant. It really shows how versatile these AI tools are. They're not just for serious work tasks, they can be fun and creative too.
Definitely. Although I have to admit, sometimes the responses can be a bit strange. ChatGPT has this very particular way of talking that's polite and helpful, but can feel a bit robotic.
Oh, yes, I know exactly what you mean. It always wants to be balanced and considerate, which is good, but sometimes you just want a straightforward answer without all the caveats and disclaimers.
Right, it's like it's been programmed to never offend anyone, which makes sense, but can be a bit frustrating when you want a direct opinion.
That's because it's designed to be helpful, harmless, and honest. It doesn't have personal opinions or feelings like humans do. It's generating responses based on patterns in its training data.
That's a good point. It's easy to forget that we're not actually talking to a conscious being. It's just a very sophisticated computer program.
Exactly. Although sometimes it's so good at mimicking human conversation that it's easy to forget that. I've caught myself saying thank you to ChatGPT more than once.
I do that too. It's funny how we naturally treat it like a person even though we know it's not.
It's interesting from a psychological perspective. Humans are social creatures, and we tend to anthropomorphize things. We assign human characteristics to non-human entities.
That's true. We name our cars, talk to our plants, and now we're thanking AI chatbots. Maybe it's just in our nature to treat things that communicate with us as if they're alive.
Speaking of communication, have you noticed how ChatGPT has changed the way people search for information?
What do you mean?
Well, instead of typing keywords into Google and scrolling through websites, people can now just ask ChatGPT conversational questions and get direct answers. It's a completely different way of interacting with information.
Oh, that's a really good observation. I've definitely been doing that more. Instead of Googling how to fix a leaky faucet, I just ask ChatGPT to walk me through the steps.
Exactly. And it can ask you follow-up questions if it needs more information, which makes the whole process more interactive and personalized.
That's true. Although Google and other search engines are now integrating AI into their services too, so the lines are getting blurred.
Yes, everyone's racing to incorporate AI into their products. Microsoft, Google, Apple, they're all developing or integrating AI features. It's becoming ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. That's a good word. It means existing everywhere, right?
Exactly. AI is becoming present everywhere in our lives, whether we realize it or not. It's in our phones, our cars, our home devices, our work tools.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. 10 years ago, this technology existed only in science fiction movies. Now it's just a normal part of daily life.
And we're probably still in the early stages. Imagine what AI will be capable of in another 10 years.
I genuinely can't imagine it. The rate of progress is so fast that predictions become outdated almost immediately.
That's true. Remember when experts said AI would never be able to create art or write creatively? Now we have AI that can generate beautiful images and write compelling stories.
Right. It just shows that we really don't know what the limits are. Every time someone says, AI will never be able to do X, it feels like AI proves them wrong within a year or two.
It's humbling, isn't it? As humans, we like to think we're special and irreplaceable, but AI is challenging some of those assumptions.
Definitely. Although I do think there are still things that make humans unique, like genuine creativity, emotional intelligence, and the ability to understand context in nuanced ways.
I agree. At least for now, AI lacks true understanding. It can process information and generate responses, but it doesn't actually comprehend meaning the way humans do. It's mimicking intelligence rather than possessing it.
That's an important distinction, and I think that's why human judgment is still so important, especially for complex decisions that involve ethics, emotions, and values.
Absolutely. AI can be a powerful tool, but it needs to be guided by human wisdom and values. We're the ones who ultimately need to decide how to use this technology.
Well said. So looking ahead, how do you think ChatGPT and AI will change education?
Oh, that's a huge topic. I think it's already changing education dramatically. Students are using ChatGPT to help with homework, which is causing a lot of debate.
Right. Some teachers are worried that students will just cheat and have AI do all their work for them. But other educators see it as an opportunity to rethink how we teach and assess learning.
I fall more into the second camp. The reality is that AI is here to stay, so fighting against it seems futile. Instead, we should teach students how to use it responsibly and effectively.
That makes sense. It's like when calculators were introduced. At first, people worried that students would never learn math, but we adapted by teaching when it's appropriate to use a calculator and when it's not.
Exactly. And now we need to do the same thing with AI. Maybe instead of banning ChatGPT, schools should teach critical thinking skills and how to evaluate AI-generated content.
I like that approach. It's more forward thinking than just trying to prevent students from using the technology.
Plus, in the real world, these students will have access to AI tools in their jobs. Wouldn't it be better if they learned how to use them effectively during their education?
That's a really good point. Preparing students for the reality they'll face is more valuable than clinging to old methods that don't reflect how the world actually works now.
Definitely. The future workforce will need to know how to leverage AI, not avoid it.
What about personal relationships? Do you think AI will change how people interact with each other?
That's an interesting question. Some people are already forming emotional attachments to AI chatbots. There are AI companion apps specifically designed to provide conversation and emotional support.
Really? That seems a bit sad to me, like replacing human connection with artificial conversation.
I understand that reaction, but for some people, maybe those who are lonely, isolated, or have social anxiety, having an AI companion might be better than having no one to talk to at all.
I guess I hadn't thought about it that way. It's not ideal, but if it genuinely helps people feel less alone, maybe there's value in it.
Exactly. Though I do worry about people preferring AI companions over real human relationships because AI is always agreeable and never challenges you.
That's a valid concern. Real relationships involve disagreements, growth, and complexity. AI can't really replicate that, even if it can simulate pleasant conversation.
Right. Humans need authentic human connection. AI can supplement that, but shouldn't replace it.
Well, Sarah, we've covered so much ground today. We've talked about the practical uses of ChatGPT, the concerns and controversies, the impact on jobs and education, and even the philosophical questions about intelligence and consciousness.
We really have. I hope our viewers found this conversation helpful and interesting. Understanding AI is becoming increasingly important in our modern world.
Absolutely. And we used a lot of great vocabulary related to technology, innovation, and the future. Let's do our vocabulary review to help everyone remember the key words we discussed today.
Perfect. Let's go through 10 essential words that will help you talk about AI and technology confidently in English.
All right, everyone. Let's start with our first word, artificial intelligence, or AI for short. Sarah, can you explain this term?
Of course. Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems or machines that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. These tasks include learning, reasoning, problem solving, understanding language, and recognizing patterns. For example, ChatGPT is an example of artificial intelligence, or AI is transforming many industries. It's called artificial because it's created by humans, not natural.
Excellent explanation. Our second word is integrate. We used this word when talking about how AI is being added to various products and services.
Yes, integrate means to combine one thing with another so that they work together or become part of a whole. When companies integrate AI into their products, they're incorporating it as a functional component. For example, Microsoft integrated AI into their search engine. Or, we need to integrate this new software into our existing system. The noun form is integration.
Perfect. Our third word is ubiquitous. I actually asked you about this word during our conversation.
Right. Ubiquitous means present, appearing, or found everywhere. It describes something that's so common that you see it all the time in many places. For example, smartphones have become ubiquitous in modern society, Or, AI technology is becoming ubiquitous in our daily lives. It's a more advanced word for everywhere or very common.
Great example. Now let's explain hallucinate. This has a special meaning when talking about AI.
This is really interesting. When we say an AI hallucinates, we mean it generates information that sounds plausible but is actually false or made up. It's not lying intentionally, it simply doesn't know the difference between true and false information. For example, ChatGPT hallucinated a reference that doesn't actually exist, or AI systems sometimes hallucinate facts. It's one of the current limitations of AI technology.
Excellent explanation. Our fifth word is liability.
Liability means legal responsibility for something, especially for costs or damages. If you are liable for something, you're officially responsible and may have to pay if something goes wrong. For example, who has liability if AI gives dangerous advice? Or, the company's liability for data breaches is significant. It can also refer to a person or thing that causes problems, like his bad attitude is becoming a liability to the team.
Very clear. Let's talk about supplement.
Supplement, as a verb, means to add something to make it more complete or effective. It's about enhancement, not replacement. For example, AI can supplement human intelligence, not replace it. Or, she supplements her income with freelance work. As a noun, it refers to something added, like vitamin supplements. Or, this textbook has a digital supplement. The key idea is addition and enhancement.
Perfect. Our seventh word is anthropomorphize.
Oh, this is a fascinating word. Anthropomorphize means to attribute human characteristics, emotions, or intentions to non-human things, like animals, objects, or in this case, AI. When we treat AI like it has feelings or consciousness, we're anthropomorphizing it. For example, people anthropomorphize their pets by thinking they understand human language, or we tend to anthropomorphize AI chatbots by saying thank you to them. It comes from Greek words meaning human form.
Excellent explanation. Now let's discuss leverage.
Leverage, as a verb, means to use something to maximum advantage or to make the most of a resource or asset. In business and technology contexts, it often means using a tool or advantage to achieve more than you could without it. For example, companies can leverage AI to improve productivity, or she leveraged her connections to get the job. As a noun, it means influence or power, like he has a lot of leverage in negotiations.
Very helpful. Our ninth word is futile.
Futile means incapable of producing any useful result, pointless or useless. It describes efforts or actions that have no chance of succeeding. For example, fighting against AI technology seems futile, or his attempts to fix the broken computer were futile. It's a more formal way of saying useless or pointless. Something futile is destined to fail or have no effect.
Perfect. And our final word is nuanced.
Nuanced describes something that has subtle differences, complexities, or shades of meaning. It's the opposite of simple or black and white. When something is nuanced, it has layers of meaning and requires careful thought to fully understand. For example, human communication is highly nuanced, or her argument was nuanced and well thought out. The noun form is nuance, which means a subtle difference or distinction. Nuanced thinking involves understanding complexity and context.
Wonderful. Let's quickly review all 10 words. Artificial intelligence, integrate, ubiquitous, hallucinate, liability, supplement, anthropomorphize, leverage, futile, and nuanced.
These are all really useful words for discussing technology, AI, and complex topics in English. Remember, you don't need to memorize all of them today. Just focus on one or two, and gradually they'll become part of your active vocabulary.
Exactly. The more you encounter these words in different contexts, the more natural they'll feel when you use them.
So, everyone, we've had a really comprehensive conversation about ChatGPT and AI today. We've discussed the benefits, the concerns, the possibilities, and the challenges.
And I think the main takeaway is that AI is a powerful tool that's here to stay. The question isn't whether we should use it, but how we can use it responsibly and effectively.
Exactly. Like any technology, AI is neither inherently good nor bad. It depends on how we choose to use it and what safeguards we put in place.
Now it's your turn to join the conversation. We have a question for you.
Here's our question for today. Have you used ChatGPT or other AI tools? What did you use them for, and what was your experience? Or if you haven't used them yet, what would you want to use AI for?
You can write something like, I use ChatGPT to help me learn English, or I haven't tried AI yet, but I'm curious about it, or I'm worried about AI replacing jobs. Don't worry about making mistakes, just share your thoughts.
We read every single comment, and we absolutely love hearing your perspectives. Your experiences and opinions help us understand what topics you want to learn more about.
And if you have suggestions for future video topics, please let us know. What would you like us to discuss next?
Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful. It really makes a difference and helps other English learners discover our channel.
And if you haven't subscribed to Unreal English yet, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We create new videos every week to help you improve your English naturally.
And share this video with friends or family who are also learning English or who are interested in AI and technology. Learning together is always more fun.
Before we finish, I want to remind everyone that learning English is a journey. Some days you'll feel confident and fluent, and other days you'll struggle with simple words. That's completely normal and part of the process.
Absolutely. The fact that you're here watching educational content in English, actively trying to improve, that's already something to be proud of.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you're trying, and trying is how we grow.
We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious and keep learning.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye! And remember, AI is just a tool. Your human creativity, emotions, and critical thinking are what make you truly special.